Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Laura and this is Rebecca.
Today we are talking about winter wedding cover-ups. So whether that be cardigans, coats, boleros, jackets, capes, shawls, gloves, slightly long gloves, sleeves even. There's a lot of things out there, more than you might think, and we're taking a look because we've done this video before, but it was back in 2017, would you believe?
No.
Where has that time gone? Yeah. So we thought it was time for a little bit of an update with obviously products that are currently on the market. So we've tried a few on for you, which we'll show you today and link below where possible. And there's also a Pinterest board to support this video with all the pictures that were popping up on the screen today, where you can find those if you want to buy any of those. So,
yes, the first category we're starting with are detachable sleeves and gloves. Now you might think, detachable sleeves? But if you watched our wedding trends for 2023 video, you will have seen that this is a big trend for next year. And if you haven't watched it, we'll link that as well. So go over there and watch that video after you've watched this. Yeah, so lots of the bridal designers have come out with dresses that have detachable sleeves. So you've got two looks in one. So why not also use that as kind of a winter cover-up?
Yeah, just take an extra chill off your arms. So, I said, a lot of these things that we're showing you, they're not necessarily like full cozy winter cover-ups, or some of them are just adding an extra layer of sparkle, that kind of thing, or just taking a little chill off. And so with these sleeves, like we found a few options on Coast actually, where you can literally just buy sleeves. Who knew? And relatively inexpensive, I would say, sort of ranging between like 17 and 25-ish pounds were they. Sort of seem to have a permanent sale on, so that's kind of reduced prices. But again, different options where you're sort of wanting plain, sort of satin with a bit of pattern for added interest. And they actually come in different sizes too. So if you're thinking, oh, my arms are quite a bit bigger, I don't want to end up sort of having sort of strangled arms from the elastic, there's actually size options too, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's probably some direction on what the sizes mean.
Yeah, there's a size guide.
Yeah, so you can go and investigate that if you are interested in those particular ones.
Yes. And also gloves. Like, I mean, obviously you could just wear regular size gloves, like, that sort of end in the regular spot. Maybe probably like leather ones.
Yeah, I was going to say probably not your woolly mittens, maybe.
Oh no, like the cute, actual like woolly mittens could be quite cute for, especially for sort of snow backdrops, that kind of thing in your photos. It's kind of a cutesy thing, but yeah, not maybe your regular kind of everyday glove. But yeah, I was going to say, like leather gloves again could add that kind of funky element to it. But also obviously you can get the sort of longer length ones, and again we found a pair on Coast that will be on the screen now. But yeah, whether sort of lacy, satin, again, just mess around with the styles that suit your dress and your look. And obviously you don't have to wear any of these for the full day either. You can create different looks for different parts of the day, or if you're having like photographs outside, that kind of thing. Mixing up the look, mixing and matching, that's a great perk of sort of bridal separates as the trend, and yeah, this kind of sleeve trend that's coming. In this section, we are looking specifically at toppers, cardigans, and boleros. So we kind of grouped a few up there, and so there's quite a lot of variety. So you can kind of create whatever look you want, and based on whatever dress you have, you can go from things like almost styling up, styling it down, like more rustic boho looks, to kind of Christmas sparkle and all out. So there's quite a few different ways you can approach this. And one that may be more typically kind of dressed up, more typically bridal looks, are these toppers, particularly like ones by Catherine Dean, who has been really big on the bridal separates this year. Beautiful selection, actually quite a big fan, just throwing that out there. And she has quite a lot of choice, and so you can see there's various toppers there. She has ones with shorter sleeves too on there as well if you're looking for that, but we focus more on the longer length ones just to keep that slight chill off, but I say not going for like full warmth with these. They are for that kind of extra, I say, elevation of the outfit. But again, they come in all kinds of shapes. So whether they're actually like a topper that comes, you know, over your head and is a one piece, and also sort of the more little kind of bolero or jacket type, like little jacket bolero. Is that the word?
Yeah.
There's so many words that describe fairly similar cut things. So I hope you get the idea from the pictures rather than my blithering.
If you are looking for more kind of the warmth factor, although I have to say, I think on a wedding day, the adrenaline tends to keep you warm, regardless of what the temperature's doing outside.
And your new spouse that you're going to be in all the pictures with, snuggling in.
But if you do want something just a bit warmer, a bit comfy, a bit cosy, there's lots of options for like cardigans again, like wraps, like mohair, jumpers, things like that you can maybe go something that's aimed at the bridal market, or just something else that's in the kind of right colour scheme and style for your dress or outfit for the wedding. So if you are having photos outside and just want to put that extra layer on, or if you want to make it a bit more casual, obviously there's really like cute cropped like woolen jumpers over a dress.
Yeah, I actually quite like that look. Like it's not typical bridal, is it? And it's maybe not suited to sort of a boho type vibe, and I think those things then are really re-wearable, like after. So again, paired with other things after the day, which makes it all more cost effective. So if you're thinking, oh, can I really like splash it on something else for the wedding? There's a workaround there.
Yeah.
Loophole.
I think most of the things we're talking about, bar maybe the traditionally bridal topper-y things, although you might still be able to wear those after.
Yeah, to a party maybe.
Yeah.
Like with nice jeans. And,
I think pretty much everything else we're talking about isn't just for your wedding day. I think you could easily wear it afterwards as well.
Yeah. Shall I?
Yes.
So, our first one that we actually tried on ourselves is this piece from H&M, of all places. So again, this is probably our most budget-friendly item that we've had a look at, which came in at $29.99. And adds a really nice layer of sparkle. We were actually quite impressed by this item. It has that shimmer, the extra layer, the full-length sleeves, and adds that layer of interest if your dress is maybe a little bit plainer. But also, again, something can be taken on and off through the day, depending on the looks that you want.
Works really well, I think, in the evening on a dance floor with the lights hitting you. Yeah. You'd be a disco ball.
Yeah, your very own disco ball. I like it. But yeah, I liked it.
I did, yeah. And again, easily wearable, party season, wear it again, but also special enough, despite the fact it comes from H&M and the price point, that to be able to, I think, easily fit in on the wedding day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's not like H&M are pitching it as a bridal item, but as you can see in the pictures, you know, that it can very easily transform into that. So, yeah, well done unintentionally, H&M.
Yeah. But if sparkle isn't your thing, but you still want to be a bit extra, I think this next option might work for you. Feathers. So again, depending on the style of dress.
I actually had feathers on my dress.
Well, yes. But if you've got a more simple dress, adding these feather kind of stoles or wraps or boleros, I guess. You get everything.
Use whichever word you want.
Adds that extra something, interest. You won't be missed. I think, it's a statement.
Yeah. And as well, don't be afraid of different colours, both with feathers or with any of these that we talked about as well. Again, like we keep saying, added interest, being able to wear things again. Maybe it's even something you already have in your wardrobe that you hadn't, before this video, thought that was something that you could wear on your wedding day. So experiment, like add that little pop of colour, because you can take it on and off and change your look through the day. You're not locked in to the one look throughout. That's the great thing about cover-ups.
Our next section is for people who are expecting a very chilly wedding day. So we're talking winter wedding wraps and coats. And we're thinking kind of faux fur mainly for this, aren't we? So those thick, cosy, snuggly, either wraps or coats, which are going to keep you really warm if you're going out maybe on the side of a mountain with the snow. For your photos.
Those are cool pictures. Yeah. I immediately got the visual there. Yeah, love it.
It'll keep you warm, definitely.
Yes. And so, like, whether they are proper coats, again, that can be worn after the day, so a bit more of an investment perhaps. And whether they're, say, faux fur feathers or just like just big, basically. We're staying warm, people. And as you see, there's another category where we tried something on. So the coat that I'm in these pictures is from Zara, and this one comes in just under £100. Again, but not necessarily. It's not aimed at bridal, right? So it's something off the high street that we've gone, this works with a bridal look, but say it can be worn afterwards. So yeah, it's not bridal, but does the job. And we quite enjoy the kind of faux fur, like snuggling wrap look, particularly for photos. But yeah, this was a very warm coat. I can verify that. I wasn't in it long. Very comfortable, nicely lined, this one in particular.
Very soft.
Very soft.
Have your guests or
stroking and caressing you all day. Yeah, and I think it just makes for some nice sort of photos and stuff, just to really embrace that kind of snowy, wintry vibe, sort of really leaning in to that aspect of your wedding. And obviously that's a coat, but as we said, there's sort of different levels of the wraps and stuff, but despite them, these all being options that are kind of super warm and cozy, they sort of also cover your dress to varying degrees. So maybe thinking about that aspect of it, like how much of your dress do you want covered up, how much of your day you're planning to wear the item for. So some of these options you see, they still kind of show some of the dress, and then maybe like much more that you can just kind of have around your arms to keep that chill off, and you still see a lot of the front of the dress, whereas maybe some are more sort of fully encased bear hug type thing. And others, as you can see, some of them like sort of slot through the other, so you can still actually have your hands free for things like holding your bouquet, that kind of thing, but it just adds that nice touch without being a full-on coat. So yeah, there are still things to play around with in this category. Now we're moving more into sort of jackets, blazers kind of looks. Again, variety in here, and whether you kind of want to, you could like funk it up with sort of leather jackets, denim jackets, and you can even go as far as having those customized, personalized. There's lots of people that I've seen on like Etsy and those kind of places that will do that for you, or indeed just send you like the iron-on transfers that you can do at home if you're feeling brave. So if you already have the jacket, that could be a way to go. And then again, really cool in photos. I like that element. And as you see, we've also included more, what do you call it, sort of a what is this style? Sorry, we're just going to look at the screen. Tuxedo dress. So can be worn on its own. This one we're showing you is by Coast, but it's technically a dress in itself, but we thought it was an interesting option if you've got maybe more like a slip style dress, maybe creating more of a kind of courthouse wedding type look, but I quite like it. I think it looks quite sharp. You know, sort of more. So if you really feel, you know, being sort of businessy or whatever is sort of really part of your identity, or you just really like that kind of sharp look, I thought that could be a quite interesting way to go. And say, could just wear it as it is, but as a cover up through the day and at times too.
Option two. And again, we couldn't resist the sparkle for this category either. So again, we went shopping and picked out this particular jacket blazer from Marks and Spencer this time. So again, another high street store.
Yeah, so we found this one for £70. So not the cheapest, but again, something really wearable for a party occasion wear, because obviously, again, that's what M&S are actually pitching that at, not necessarily bridal. It has pockets. Should have said that about the fur coat too. I don't know if I said that or not. Has pockets. You know, these things are winners. And like when you have kind of coats and jackets, like in winter's weddings, you know, it's cold outside. Your nose might be running a little bit. You need to easily be able to touch up. And then
I was just thinking to be able to put your hands in.
Okay, well, yeah, there's that too. Yeah,
but
that
useful.
Yeah,
useful for keeping things into.
And still, along with the kind of, as I guess, throwing back to the tuxedo dress that I mentioned, if you're thinking more kind of a suit or a jumpsuit even for your wedding, then having like a sort of blazer jacket, again, re-wearable perhaps, so you can dye it afterwards and change the colour from it being a white one. If you're going white, it doesn't have to be white. I know the ones we're showing you are, but they don't have to be. Yeah, again, that's just kind of sharper look, on and off. You could have, again, more like fitted underneath. I say that would look cool with a sort of jumpsuit option under there too, just to kind of have that extra. And whether you don't even have to like wear it, with your arms in there, just sort of over the top, like just on your shoulders,
cool over your shoulders.
Yeah, something like that, particularly in photos and things, could be a way to go. Or even just having sort of a shorter cut jacket too. So sort of slightly bolero style again, but we've got these ones more kind of cut like a jacket, so hence why they've landed in the style. And again, varying thicknesses of warmth, there's options there too. But yeah, options.
Our final section we're talking about is one where you can maybe bring some drama to your outfit, and we're talking capes. So whether again we're talking capes for warmth or ones that won't quite keep you quite as warm, there are lots of different options, again, long or short styles that would work with pretty much any outfit, I think, for your wedding.
Yeah, and what's great about them too is if you're not maybe sure about having a veil, some of the styles can really lend themselves well to kind of acting in place of a veil, particularly like the long ones, particularly ones that almost create a bit of a train with them too. And they can vary in styles from ones that have a bit of like lace in them, like the one from ASOS that we have here. The ones by like Catherine Dean have a bit of like sparkle threaded through, great for kind of winter Christmas vibes.
Yeah. You go full on like celestial, I feel like. I'm sure you could get ones with like embroidered, sparkly embroidery on all over.
Yeah, like stars on or something like that.
I think that would look very cool.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and just in that little overlay, really, just that, again, added interest. Yeah, I would say bring in the drama. There's ones that you can bring with the big dramatic sleeves too. And see, with this, you can maybe combine it with the long gloves or the detachable sleeves if you wanted from the other categories. If you want, if one that cover up just isn't enough,
just have them all. Yeah. Have them all. But if you do want to go down for a bit of warmth, just something if you're going to be outside for a fair amount of time, again you could go for like the faux fur cape.
So we hope you enjoyed that, and that's kind of inspired you for your winter wedding, and you hopefully excited about some of your options and feeling that maybe they're slightly more budget friendly than you thought because you can wear them again. Yes, so let us know which one was your favourite. We're actually quite intrigued to know. If you like the video, if you could give it a like and hit subscribe so you don't miss all our future content. And also not forgetting that we have a Pinterest board to support this video where all the pictures that you saw pop up on today's screen, you'll be able to find there, and that's in the description box below, along with the product links where we can.